When you want to connect with someone on a deeper level, the most powerful tool you have is your attention. Not just casual attention, but a focused, present, and genuine awareness of who they are, what they say, and how they feel. Many people underestimate the power of truly listening. They get caught up in preparing what to say next, or they think that conversation is about impressing with words or stories. But the truth is, most people are drawn not to words themselves, but to the feeling that they are being seen, heard, and understood. Paying close attention to subtle cues, the way someone's tone shifts, the little gestures they make, or the pauses in their speech, gives you insight into what is truly important to them. This kind of listening is rare, and when you practice it, it signals emotional intelligence, care, and respect. It shows that you are not just present physically, but mentally and emotionally invested in the interaction, and this creates an invisible bridge between you and the other person. People crave to be noticed in this way, and your ability to provide that recognition is a powerful way to stand out in any interaction. Deep listening also means creating a safe space for authentic expression. When someone senses that you are genuinely paying attention, without judgment or distraction, they feel more comfortable sharing their thoughts and experiences. This is not about interrogating or steering the conversation. It is about inviting someone into a space where they can speak freely, knowing that their words will be valued. Questions flow naturally from this place, because you are responding to what they reveal rather than trying to force a scripted interaction. Being fully present allows the conversation to evolve organically, and it encourages honesty and openness. In this way, your attentiveness becomes a magnet that draws people toward you, not through manipulation or charm, but through a genuine human connection. The energy of focused attention communicates care more than any clever line ever could, and it creates an environment where trust can grow. Moreover, listening deeply enhances your understanding of what truly matters to the other person. Surface-level conversations can give you facts, where someone works, what they like, but attentive listening uncovers their values, motivations, and aspirations. These insights allow you to connect on a more meaningful level, making your interactions memorable and impactful. People instinctively recognize when they are truly understood, and that recognition creates a subtle but powerful attraction. By cultivating the habit of attentive listening, you demonstrate emotional sophistication and empathy. You show that your interest is not fleeting or shallow, but thoughtful and sincere. In a world where distractions are constant and attention is rare, your ability to be fully present can transform a simple conversation into a deeply resonant connection, setting the foundation for trust, rapport, and meaningful engagement that leaves a lasting impression. Asking the right questions is not about following a script or trying to impress someone with cleverness. It is about sparking curiosity, reflection, and meaningful dialogue. Many conversations remain shallow because people stick to predictable, surface-level questions that rarely reveal anything authentic about the other person. A thought-provoking question goes beyond the "what do you do" or "where are you from" routine. It invites someone to share their experiences, their dreams, and their perspectives. When someone responds to a question that encourages reflection, they feel that their mind and their story are valued. This sense of being seen on a deeper level is incredibly engaging because it signals that you are not interested in them superficially, but in understanding who they are as a person. Thoughtful questions create space for curiosity to flourish on both sides, and they transform a simple exchange into a conversation that resonates emotionally and intellectually. The way you frame your questions matters just as much as the content. Open-ended questions that allow for exploration encourage a person to elaborate, explain, and reveal insights about themselves. For example, asking about passions, memorable experiences, or personal values invites someone to reflect and share meaningfully. These types of questions subtly signal that you are interested in their individuality, their mindset, and their life journey. When you respond with genuine interest and thoughtful follow-up, the conversation becomes a dynamic exchange rather than a one-sided interview. This creates a feeling of connection and engagement that is far more compelling than any rehearsed line or generic compliment. The quality of your questions can determine the depth of the connection, making your presence memorable in a way that feels natural and authentic. Additionally, thought-provoking questions help you understand the other person on a level that goes beyond appearances or small talk. They reveal motivations, dreams, and thought patterns that allow you to respond in ways that resonate with them. This is not about manipulation or control, but about cultivating a conversation where both parties feel intellectually and emotionally stimulated. The person you are engaging with senses that your curiosity is genuine, and this encourages them to continue opening up. By practicing this approach, you develop a conversational style that is engaging, meaningful, and memorable. Thought-provoking questions signal attentiveness, curiosity, and respect, creating an environment where meaningful dialogue can flourish naturally. Over time, this skill enhances the quality of all your interactions, allowing you to form connections that are built on understanding, empathy, and shared exploration, leaving a lasting impression on anyone you converse with. Authenticity is the foundation of meaningful connections. People are drawn to those who are genuine, who present themselves without pretense, and who express their true thoughts and feelings openly. This is not about oversharing or trying to appear perfect. It is about being comfortable in your own skin and showing confidence in who you are. When you approach conversations with authenticity, it signals that you are trustworthy and sincere. Authenticity creates a safe space for others to be themselves, encouraging them to relax, open up, and engage more deeply. It also sets you apart because, in a world where many interactions are superficial, people instinctively notice and value those who are real. By being honest about your thoughts, emotions, and experiences, you invite others to respond in kind, fostering a sense of mutual respect and understanding that strengthens the connection. Vulnerability works hand in hand with authenticity. Showing vulnerability does not mean weakness. It means courage, the courage to share your true feelings, admit uncertainty, or discuss experiences that shaped you. Vulnerability creates emotional intimacy because it allows people to see a side of you that is human and relatable. When shared appropriately, it encourages reciprocity, prompting the other person to lower their guard and share their own authentic selves. This emotional transparency fosters trust and builds rapport, making interactions more meaningful. Importantly, vulnerability should be balanced and sincere. It is about sharing enough to connect without overburdening the conversation. Mastering this balance demonstrates emotional intelligence and creates a dynamic in which openness is natural and comfortable. Being authentic and vulnerable also enhances your confidence and presence. When you are secure in who you do not need to rely on manipulation, charm, or scripted interactions to engage others. People naturally gravitate toward individuals who are comfortable expressing themselves honestly. This approach encourages conversations that are genuine, enjoyable, and memorable. It also allows you to respond to the other person with empathy and understanding, rather than simply performing for approval. Over time, authenticity and vulnerability become habits that shape the quality of your relationships. They foster an environment of trust, openness, and connection, making interactions richer and more rewarding. By embracing these qualities, you create the foundation for lasting engagement, meaningful dialogue, and relationships that are rooted in respect, understanding, and genuine human connection. Emotional intelligence is one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools in creating meaningful connections. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and respond effectively to emotions, both your own and those of the person you are engaging with. Conversations are rarely just about words. They are about feelings, energy, and subtle cues that communicate more than speech ever can. When you are emotionally intelligent, you notice these cues and adjust your approach accordingly. You can sense when someone is feeling comfortable, excited, hesitant, or guarded, and respond in ways that make them feel understood and valued. This awareness allows you to guide the conversation naturally, creating a sense of ease and trust. People are drawn to those who understand emotions intuitively because it makes them feel seen and respected. Emotional intelligence bridges gaps in communication, prevents misunderstandings, and enhances rapport in ways that charm or superficial wit cannot. Developing emotional intelligence also involves self-awareness. You must recognize your own emotional state and how it impacts your behavior during interactions. If you are anxious, distracted, or frustrated, it can subtly affect your tone, body language, or attentiveness. By managing your emotions, you maintain composure, clarity, and presence, which in turn makes the other person feel safe and valued. Emotional intelligence allows you to respond with empathy rather than reacting impulsively, creating a positive feedback loop where the person you are talking to feels acknowledged and appreciated. The combination of self-awareness and empathy fosters a balanced, engaging, and emotionally satisfying interaction that naturally strengthens bonds. This skill is particularly effective because it communicates care and understanding without the need for forced flattery or over-the-top gestures. Another crucial aspect of emotional intelligence is the ability to read and adapt to the other person's communication style. Some people respond well to humor, others to thoughtful reflection, and some to deep, meaningful conversation. By observing and tuning into these preferences, you can adjust your approach to resonate with them authentically. This shows flexibility, attentiveness, and respect for their individuality. Emotional intelligence allows you to create a dynamic where conversations feel safe, enjoyable, and engaging. It also signals maturity and reliability, qualities that people intuitively appreciate and are drawn to. Over time, practicing emotional intelligence strengthens your ability to connect deeply, fostering interactions that are more memorable and meaningful. It is a skill that enhances every conversation, turning ordinary exchanges into opportunities for authentic connection, mutual understanding, and lasting engagement.